Welcome. This is Tech Help Oz, the podcast where we try to bring you a bit of Australian news in the world of technology. My name is Ben Aylett, otherwise known as Benny, and I'm joined by our good buddy Lenny. How you going, mate?
Good. How you guys doing?
Not too bad at all. Right, so it's been a busy week. We've got a few things to talk about, I guess. Would you like to lead off with something straight off the top, Lenny?
Just first off, I'd like to talk about what we, a little bit of catch up of what we talked about last week in regards to downloading and piracy kind of thing. I don't know if you heard about Game of Thrones getting released, 4 episodes getting leaked online. And then with that, the whole basically, you've got people are saying Game of Thrones is the most pirated TV show in history. So the fact that 4 episodes got leaked, people are saying that it might be a conspiracy, it might be somebody tracking you. And with INET, it's basically a policy at the moment with all the downloading. There's something might be happening with it. I'm very strictly against people downloading anything for the time being until everything's cooled down and we exactly know where people stand with it. So if you have to download something, please be very, very careful. Try not to download something that's brand spanking new. Try to stick with something that's a bit older that you've downloaded previously or... Yeah. So.
Yeah, actually, the wise advice here is just don't do it for now. It's probably not worth the risk. I am absolutely certain that there is someone out there representing a copyright holder that really wants to make an example of someone and they really want to make a big splash. My advice is you don't want to be that big splash. Just don't do it.
You definitely do not want to be anywhere near a splash of any kind with this kind of stuff. It's very scary at the moment because we've actually changed so much in the last couple of weeks with INET being purchased by TPG and all that. I don't know how TPG is standing with all the downloading things that INET used to stand with. So I don't know. I'm very, very against downloading at the moment. We have the ability for online streaming, so use that instead. You've got Netflix. Hopefully we'll be getting HBO Go, which will be fantastic for Game of Thrones watchers. Yeah, so you've got I would love HBO Go, but just stay away from downloading. It's very, very bad news at the moment. So stick with streaming. It's a lot safer. We just want everyone to be careful, and we don't want anybody to go to prison or be the example set by everyone else.
No. Absolutely. Actually, I'm thinking that the streaming could not have come at a better time, giving people options to get their hands on the content they want to watch, or at least most of the content they want to watch, without having to jump through the hoops or go through the hassle of having to deal with someone like Foxtel. Nothing against Foxtel. They've got their own business model. They do their thing. People are happy. It's just not for me.
Exactly. The streaming is going to be perfect for now. It's going to be a massive business now that everyone's getting a little bit more scared about downloading. So I think now is the opportunity for other companies to get in as well. So I know that HBO Go is massive in America. It is honestly pretty big there. So I think I'm willing to have that as another streaming service I pay for to get that here.
Yeah, that's right. I'd be happy to pay for HBO Go. HBO Now. That's the one we're after. So I'd love to get my hands on that. I'll be happy to pay for it. Just bring it to Australia, HBO. Just let us play. We're all in a global playing field. Let's do it.
Exactly. We're paying for Netflix. They know how much we love it. The fact that they know how much Game of Thrones is downloaded, I would assume that a smart strategy would be bring that service to a country that downloads it already, have the ability to stream it for a fee, and everyone will love it.
Absolutely. Okay. Right. Well, I suppose that covers that then. So just the big Game of Thrones leak. People think it might have something to do with someone trying to catch other people out. I mean, it's pretty tasty bait.
Yeah,
really
definitely
tasty.
So
We'll
see how it goes.
Yes, watch out for that. All right, what's next?
Let's get an update on how you're going with the streaming that you're doing as Periscope. How are you finding it? Has anything changed over lately?
We have had a small upgrade to Periscope. So we've had some extra stuff included. I can't actually remember what it was, but Periscope. There's been improvements. It's a bit more fun. I've had a lot of fun with it last night from the 6PR studios, just as a post-show tour of the studios, and I think I'm getting the hang of it. It's actually really enjoyable, and I think I'm getting some good feedback from it. And just before my show at 6PR, I tuned in to watch, Trevor Long from EFTM.com.au. He's a great technology guy, great technology podcaster who also does manly stuff. So things like cars and tools and motorcycles and things like that. And he did a Periscope. And it went for, I think, at least 30 minutes of him showing off the Bentley Ghost 2. So he managed to get his hands on, a pretty sweet ride, a high-end Bentley supercar that he was able to drive around for, a limited amount of time. And so he took everyone on tours around this car, in it, around it, on top of it. It was just great. And people were firing questions at him. He was responding, and we got to see some pretty amazing stuff just thanks to Periscope and live streaming. And it was, I don't know, sharing something that was live. It was a really special thrill. It was something really, really cool.
It's definitely, I think it's more thrilling than watching something that has been pre-recorded, might have been edited and stuff like that. It's all a live kind of thing where you're discovering it as they're discovering with other people. And I think that's pretty exciting to watch.
It's real and it's raw stuff, and I think this is going to have a lot of legs in time to come. So we may even see mainstream media really leverage this technology to get some amazing footage and some amazing stories out there as well. So this has got some power to tell some really compelling stories.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a different, a new thing for technology companies to get into. Basically, instead of everyone streaming through E3 or SES, basically everyone's going to be on the Periscope. You can watch it live from there, and you'll have walkthroughs. I can't wait for those kind of conventions where people are going to do it. Periscope is going to be there, and people are just going to smash through. We're going to see stuff so much quicker that way, I think.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to really shorten the lead time between the actual stuff and the stories going to air. It's going to be great.
Exactly.
So Periscope. If you guys haven't downloaded or started playing with Periscope, go and get it now. Just watch your download quotas. If you are trying to use this on mobile, on your mobile signal, be prepared to be slugged. I would highly recommend using a cafe's Wi-Fi or just some sort of a Wi-Fi service that you're not paying through the nose for, especially at home. Just use your home Wi-Fi.
Exactly. It'll be cheaper to do it that way.
Way cheaper. Yep. All righty.
Now, something that I want to chat about quickly that was affected work personally at the moment is Apple have now increased their prices on all their iPhones, basically from the 6.
Really?
Like the 6 is the one that has a massive hit for at the moment. Now, their prices went from $760 or something like that for an iPhone 6, 16 gigabytes. It's reasonable. It's something like that. It's around that price now. It's $996.
Whoa,
that's cheaper than getting it from the Apple Store, which is $999. But now other like companies like Virgin and Optus and Telstra and Vodafone, we're now affected by that as well because we have to purchase that at a more premium price. We now have to increase our prices. Now this has increased the prices on all other plans as well by $1 or $2, but that makes a difference in someone's budget. And it's now getting to the point where Apple is it's getting crazy with their prices. You're telling me that I have to pay $996 for an iPhone 6 that doesn't have any extra storage that I can put in it? You must be ridiculous. Like, it is off the chain. Now, with that, they've also taken the iPhone 5C, 16 gigabytes, and the 32 off market. Whatever you see is the last you'll see. That's end of life. They've stopped making it. So with the iPhone C series, they've only got the 8 gigabytes. So obviously, they're aiming for kids that only want the device and not the storage. That's fine. But it's end of life now. So it is going to be a rare thing to see on market. And the 5Ss are basically now the middle class phone for the iPhones without prices. They haven't been increased as far as I can remember. It's only the iPhone 6s that have been increased massively to purchase outright, but the iPhone 5Ss have been increased on a plan as well. So speaking from the company that I work with, please, if you're going to buy an iPhone, buy it from somewhere that's a little bit cheaper because that is ridiculous. Like I had a couple of customers today just turn away from a service that was going to be Virgin's and decided to stick with their phone that they've got just because there's no way that they can afford the prices. And I don't understand. It might be understandable to say that the reason Apple is doing it is because the Australian dollar is now dropping in value and they're losing money for every purchase that they make. That's reasonable. That's fine. I can understand that. But increasing it by so much to keep your profit up is going to cause you to lose customers because nobody wants to pay $996 for an iPhone 6, 16 gigabytes, where the 64 cost $1,300 or something like that, or $400 for an iPhone 6 64. That is ridiculous. Doesn't make
that is
any
tough.
sense.
That is really tough, and it's a hell of a hike too. Do you think that maybe the pricing we've seen with the latest Galaxy phone coming out might also be a factor?
Yeah, it definitely is, but it's kind of on. I don't know. I blame iPhone and Apple and Samsung for it. Because now the Samsung 32 gigabytes, which is the smallest version you can get, is $987 for the Samsung. Just the S6 flat. The S6 Edge is $1,120 for the 32. Now, yeah, I'm paying a little bit for the Samsung S6, the normal one, but it still has more storage than the iPhone. The Edge has got more features than the iPhone and has more storage. So you've got to toss it up between, are you going to pay that price for the service for the phone you want, or are you going to pay that price for the amount of usage you're going to be able to get out of the phone? All right. I like to see, because apparently what I hear is the iPhone 6 is getting another version coming out. It's not going to be an iPhone 7. I heard it's going to be an iPhone 6S or a C as well, but it's going to be a mini version, so it's going to be smaller than the current one. So we'll see how that goes. It's all rumors at the moment, but I don't know how much that's going to cost for a phone that's smaller, but the same thing that's already out at the moment. So.
Okay, yeah. Now that does make sense. We'll be seeing a new model iPhone coming out, and it won't be a 7, it'll be a 6S and maybe a 6C.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how much they're going to cost us because I don't know if I would ever consider going back to iPhone just because their prices are now just beyond crazy. So
yeah,
it's an update.
I usually get my phones on a plan. So I'm trying to reduce that upfront pain, but I imagine we'll be seeing a bit of a creep with the plans and the way they're structured. So we may be seeing an increase of maybe $10, maybe $20 a month for a 12-month or a 24-month plan.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like our plans have increased like crazy. Like I'm only speaking on Virgin, like from a Virgin member, it is now increased by a lot. On the bigger plans, where a $30 plan will now cost you $30 on top for the handset, cost you $60 for a little bit of data and a little bit of calls and text. I don't understand. Whereas Telstra now have the ability, they've got double data on some of their plans as well, so they can offer you twice as much data for I think twice as big of the price as well. So you're going to be paying about $74, I think, for a plan with Telstra. So it's basically now is the time to shop around for something that's going to get you the best value. It is beyond it's beyond my mind where I can understand how much people are paying for their plan. It is now, are you going to pay that much for an iPhone just because you want an Apple device, or are you going to get something where you can actually get the value for your money? Like I don't understand what's happening in the market at the moment, and I think
at that price point, the value for money question does come into play there. So I don't know. Will my next phone be an Apple?
I don't know. By the time your contract's over, another phones will be available. So maybe your next phone won't be an Apple. Maybe it'll be the Nexus 7 that's coming out or something like that. There are going to be some good phones coming out, but we'll have to see where it comes out at the end of the year, I guess.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in the Nexus 7 because it's a pure Android experience, and I think it should be pretty fun. It'd be pretty good to use too. So I'm not a big fan of all the launches and extra crap that goes on top of so brand name phones. So like the not Motorola, but the Samsung's a good example.
Yeah,
and there's a few other manufacturers out there that like to slap their own brand of Android on the phones. So
that'll be Sony that you're looking at as well. Sony's little version. It's got Android, but it's basically built on Sony's own little launcher that they've got, and it's yucky. That's the only word I've got for it. It's yucky.
Oh, yuck. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. All right. Well, in my world of dealing with computers, so I'm not so much a mobile specialist. I'm more about general technology and computers. I've been seeing a rise in the incidence of CryptoWall and CryptoLocker. Now, those of you that are not familiar with it, CryptoWall and CryptoLocker is what we call ransomware. So it typically comes into your computer as an attachment in an email. It might look like an invoice or a fine or a court proceeding or even a resume. You open it up and that basically activates the crypto ransomware, and it then goes about and looks throughout your entire computer looking for files that you might have created. So that's your Word documents, spreadsheets, pictures, videos, music, basically everything you've created that is irreplaceable unless you've got a backup. And it then encrypts all that data and it basically sends a key back to a server which the bad guys have got control over. And they will only release the key to unencrypt that data, making it useful for you if you pay them a certain amount of money. And even then, that's a maybe because we're dealing with criminals here.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen an increase in this. We've seen some new versions come out. So there are people who have been hit. And at the moment, there is no way we can get that data back or get it unencrypted unless they've got a backup. And it's got to be an offline backup as well. It can't be a hard drive sitting connected to your computer all the time. You've got to hook up the hard drive, do your backup, disconnect it, because CryptoLocker and CryptoWall will also seek out backups. These guys have done encryption right, which is, well,
scary.
It's scary. It's good news that it can be done right, but it's bad news it's being done for the wrong reasons. So my advice to everyone out there, just please be very, very careful, especially with email attachments. Don't just go and open any old attachment that you see that you're not expecting. No. If you're expecting the email attachment, chances are you're okay. But if you haven't received that email attachment, then please don't open it. There is also a tool that will help reduce your exposure to CryptoWall. So even if you do have a lapse of concentration and you click on an attachment, you'll be okay. So that is called Crypto Prevent. I've actually got links to it on my website. So just go to my website, which is easywireless.net.au, and search for Crypto Prevent, and there'll be links there for you to use.
Okay, well, that's good. It's very scary. As someone that's not very aware of things like that, I've just got basically what I'd like to call common sense, where I stay away from anything that I don't expect or I'm not aware of I'm getting. So I think I'm thankful that I've got that, because it saved me from getting anything scary happen to my computer as of yet. So let's keep it up. Rod is just given in the chat here, and he says he loves the shirt, Ben.
Hey, thanks, Rod.
I'd make sure you know that. Now, as someone I'm pretty savvy with a computer and stuff like that. I'm not the world's savviest person. I can find myself a way around there. But what would be the best way for someone to protect themselves from that without having to worry about attachments? Is there a program or an antivirus software that you would recommend? Or because I heard that Kaspersky have just recently did an update where they kind of got something to protect against that kind of crypto nonsense that's happening to people. What would you recommend? Anything more?
Keeping an up-to-date antivirus program. So Kaspersky is always a good one. I have seen Microsoft Security Essentials actually has delivered the goods, and I've seen them actually prevent the crypto wall and crypto locker from getting in. So that's not a bad option. That's free. AVG as well. They're pretty well respected, pretty well known. Kaspersky is the top of my list, but also the specialized prevention tool, which is Crypto Prevent. As I said on my website, that's actually quite good too. You can get a free version, but they also have another version which is $15 US, and this actually automatically updates its own signatures as well. So it's almost a set and forget solution to help to protect your business. So
that crypto one is it just designed for doing that kind of protection, or does it do all kinds of antivirus as well?
It is specifically targeted for crypto wall and crypto locker. It's actually not a bad investment. If you're running a business and you're running it on a Windows-based network, then definitely I would get Crypto Prevent for every single computer on the network. Because if it gets onto one computer on a Windows network, it'll not only infect that one computer, it'll encrypt everything on the network. So network drives are also affected too.
That's definitely scary. As my company uses Windows-based and we've got a bunch of servers set up, I might have to contact our IT department and let them know about it, just so they can get it all sorted and send out a massive update on our stuff. Because we can get emails from random customers. So if one customer got infected, if the possibility is to send out emails to us or any other part of Virgin, then I believe that we're going to be in some kind of trouble, because there is some very sensitive material that might be there.
It's only a matter of time until it hits someone big.
Yeah, exactly. So I definitely don't want us to be that big person that it hits. So let's go from there. Another thing that I wanted to chat about, nothing really tech news. This is basically just for the gamers that we've got out there. Mortal Kombat has been released, the new one. So it's been released today. Currently installing it now. Just beware, there has been a bit of an issue with installing. If you do not have 30 plus gigabytes available on your hard drive, you will struggle. It will freeze a little bit when downloading. Now, instead of paying $99 to get the limited edition, just because if you're a freak and you want extra skins, go for it. $79 gets you from JB Hi-Fi still the ability to have Goro free, because you're still going to be paying for the extra characters coming out anyway on the limited edition. So if you want a steel tin and some extra skins, go for it. Pay $99. But as someone that just likes to save money, I still get my extra character, and it was only $79. So be smart when you buy it. And beware that it's taken me so far about an hour to install the game, and it's only 55%. So be careful. Wow. It takes ages. So make sure you do it while you're making dinner or having dinner.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of fatality right there. Mortal Kombat 10. I've seen the shorts and the release for it, and it is, they've cranked it up to 11. I'm really, really impressed. It looks fantastic.
I'm very happy that it's actually an R-rated game, which is going to be awesome. It's one of the newest. I think the last R-rated game that came out that was actually available to purchase at JB Hi-Fi was GTA. They haven't had an update since then, so thank goodness for the R-rated section, because we're definitely going to get something decent from it. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Well, it means you'll be able to get R-rated stuff in retail. It just, if you can't get it retail, you can always get it through Steam and other online stores anyway.
Exactly. But, you can purchase it from Xbox Live, so you're all good to go on that side.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that I want to chat about is we're basically looking at starting something like the company that we're building as Tech Help is kind of moving in a situation where we definitely wanted to get something out there for customers to do workshops and stuff like that. So at the moment, our workshops, we're trying to get it all updated so we know where we're going to go, where we're going to advertise, who we're going to be our audience to. Now, for anybody that needs, basically knows of ways for us to advertise that's not going to cost us money, give us a shout out, because we definitely want to do it all at once so we get there all done and dusted. But if you know anybody that's not tech savvy, needs some lovely gentlemen to help them, that's not going to be cranky with them, hit us up.
Who's that? Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be me, hopefully. I could look at this smile. I could fake it real good. But yeah, it's basically a thing that I'm trying to push, because recently I had a customer come into work where she went to I don't know, I can't remember what company she went to, where she went to go to a actual business that their job is to repair computers and help someone that's elderly and doesn't know what they're doing. Now, she was basically ripped off $300 of her pension fund to fix something that I fixed in 15 minutes. She went in for a laptop issue that wasn't syncing with her hotspot. She went in, $300 later, they couldn't fix the issue. They told her to get a new laptop. She was desperate. She came to me. We fixed it, and she was super, super thankful. So it didn't charge her anything, and if we do the workshops, it will cost $30 or $50, depending on the price. But the fact that she didn't get a customer service with that purchase of $300 more is shocking to me, and it's unfair that the elderly or people that are not tech savvy are getting ripped off because they believe whatever someone's saying to them. It's not fair. It's not right. So it's something that we're going to have to change slowly but steadily.
Yeah, and that's a problem, because people are willing to take advantage of their customers, or they just simply don't care, like you said. And it is sad. It's impacting the end user. The end user is being ripped off, but also another big shame is that the industry in general is being tarnished with that sort of attitude. And you know, there may be a few operators like there are in every industry that really are in it for the short game. But people like myself and Lenny, we're here. This is a career choice. This is where we want to go for the rest of our lives, and we want to make sure that there is a business for us to work with. And there's a lot of other people like us as well. So, I think we just want to do our part to make sure that this industry is it's a respected industry.
Exactly, and we want to make sure that people have fun using their devices. We don't want someone to have something and have it be the worst part of their day to deal with. It's not fun. I know enough to get me through, and I know I can help people with it. I've done it before, and I have fun with my devices because I know how to customize and help with it. So that's my goal. I want to help people. Now, this is news I wanted to make sure I can say live in front of people watching, and I want to see Ben's reaction doing it. It's something that I've been working on the back end while we've all been living our life. And Ben, we have the ability to fill in a form and get our convention idea off the ground.
All right.
We have spoken. I've been back and forth with the guys from the PVC, which is the Perth Convention, the PCB, the Perth Convention Bureau. So basically, for those who are watching, we have the ability to start a tech convention here in Perth with a lenient 55% of our audience has to be international, or out of state. So that's something we can definitely look at. And we have the ability to get $50,000 from PCB to go towards it and set it up. And that's going to be something that we want to do, because I would love for a tech convention to happen in Perth. I want something local. We've got a beautiful, beautiful convention center that we can use. And I think it's something that we definitely can get off the ground. And I think it's going to be awesome. Companies like Samsung and Sony and Xbox, maybe Microsoft, of course, can be there to show off their devices, show off their tech, and we can have places where people can learn more and have fun with technology, and it'll be a great thing. And I'd like to tell everyone in front of Ben, and that's the news I had. That's my news for the week.
All right, way to commit to the idea, mate. Well done. I like it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing something like that. So yeah, there'll be, I'd imagine we'd be seeing workshops and a lot of product demos. I'd also like to see a bit of a social thing as well. So maybe getting a bunch of geeks together to have a bit of fun. I mean, a pub crawl, maybe.
Yeah, that's it. I'm looking at going towards EB Games. They're going to be the next things that we should have a look at, and getting them to sponsor, because then we can have gaming events in it as well. And I think that'd be awesome fun to do. And yeah, I think it'll be in the long run. This will not happen next month or the month after, or even this year maybe, but it is something that we're looking to. And I think if we can get as many people on board with it as possible, I think it's going to be something awesome. I really look forward to it. Nice. I
really like that idea. Fantastic. All righty. I think we're coming up to around about a half an hour now. So just quickly before we go, do you have anything else you'd like to plug, like contact details or anything where people can reach you or ask questions?
Yeah, if you want to shout me a message, if you need some help or anything like that, just hit us up on my gaming page for the moment while we're doing a launch of the Facebook page. So it'll just be LJ Gaming. On Facebook, you'll find us there. So shout me a message. It's a gaming page, but it's what we've got at the moment while we're getting the actual Tech Help Facebook up and ready to be launched publicly, probably in the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned with that, and we'll make sure that everyone gets a look at it.
All right, cool. And if you need to get in touch with me, I can help people with all sorts of technology as well. You've got my Twitter handle down there, Ben Aylett, but you can also search for Ben Aylett or Easy Wireless, and that's spelled EZI Wireless. Just pop it into Google and you should see me pop up all over the place. And of course, you can contact me on 0419 965 196. I'm also on 6PR Radio every Monday night from 8:20 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I'm all over the place. I'm just trying to get into everyone's face. Oh, yeah, the 6PR gig is just a lot of fun. It's really, really cool. And yeah, until then, I guess that's us for a week. We may be lucky and get another show out this week, but at the moment, we can commit to one show a week. And as things progress, we might be able to get more shows into the schedule. And
the aim for us, I would like to have 3 a week. That's the goal. I'd like it. Well, I'm going to move the Tuesday show in my head to the Monday show. Have a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday show, and basically do it. One will be the Tech Help that we've got now. Then the other one will basically be a quick, just a fun little podcast, getting to know the guys behind that thing. And then the last one will be a kind of gaming thing that we can get some people on board. You guys are hearing it all first here on Tech Help. How crazy.
Wow. Yeah. Well, we're going to have to fire up a Twitch channel, I think, just for that one.
Yeah,
Sounds
definitely.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for joining us, Lenny. And we will hopefully be back in your faces again next week. So thanks very much for joining us. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, just don't open attachments. And don't download stuff.
Don't download stuff. Bad.
Yes. Don't do it.
All right, guys. Love your faces.
All righty. See ya. Bye.